Folks, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I am back with another big team battle, and this team battle is sure to have something you like in it. Folks, we have guns, we have bows, we have artillery, we have long-range units, we have melee units, we've got all kinds of stuff here. We've got magic coming out the nose. This is going to be a classic battle, and I think you all will thoroughly enjoy it. It's going to be not only that, but the forces of evil versus the forces of good. You know, air quotes there. Everybody has their own opinion on who's good and evil. Let's take a look at the good side here, who's going to be the red team. They are going to be led by Volkmar the Grim, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and Teclis. And Teclis is not on his new bird. He's on his horse. So I don't know if this is a Teclis purist we have or just someone who couldn't quite afford the bird. In any case, as for Volkmar's army, he's going to have a line of infantry, including halberds, flagellants, great swords, and then that's pretty much it throughout this front line, so a nice varied front line. We do have Volkmar here on his horse. He will be able to heal, and he's got his battle prayers and stuff to support, as well as a Grey Wizard that's going to be rocking a pendulum and Pit of Shades. We do have Thorgrim Grudgebearer for the dwarves, and he has brought a massive artillery contingent. There are 4 cannon units and a flame cannon. They are protected by a couple of slayers, and you can see a Longbeard back here, as well as the Luminarch of Hish, brought by Volkmar. Volkmar, I guess, didn't have his wagon in this one, so the Luminarch will be the most pimp ride on the battlefield. There are then a couple of Outriders and an Outrider with grenade launcher in the back for Volkmar. And then as for the forces of Teclis, a couple of Lothern Sea Guard, a Handmaiden, and then we're going to have the Everqueen Court Guard, 4 units of Sisters of Avalorn, and the Talons of Tor Kaleda. As well as Teclis, he's got his Potion of Troy, Flock of Doom, Regrowth, the Fiery Convocation, Bound spell. He's got all kinds of good stuff. And another Lothern Sea Guard out there with shields. So 3 Lothern Sea Guard with shields. Now, as for the evil team, so to speak, here we are, a couple of Tomb Scorpions over here, and this is going to be Cetra the Imperishable, and he is on his Chariot of the Gods. There are several Skeleton Spears protecting the Chosen of the Gods, a Casket of the Souls, and another Ushabti with Great Bow. And then far back in the back, you can see the first units from the Vampire Coast, which is going to be a lot of fun here. I'll let you all see their leader. We've got Syrenes, so 2 Syrenes there. Let's fling over. We've got the Shade Wraith Gunners, and they start to intermix with Chaos. We can see that there is a big line of Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob. Just the standard variety here, and then we've got some Chaos Warriors with great weapons, some Chosen. Prince Sigvald leading Chaos, and he is supported by a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Shadow. And then back here we've got some Marauders and a Hell Cannon. Yes, a Hell Cannon. And the Bone Giant, as well as the Lamprey's Revenge, an Exalted Hero, and some more Chaos Marauders and Warriors with great weapons back here to help protect. We've also got the Summoners of Rage, Dragon Ogres, a Vampire Fleet Captain, Lore of Deep, that does have the big ship, which I believe is Van Geist Revenge. There's also Tide Call there as well, Denizens of the Deep to summon Prometheans, and we've got RNS Assault Spite on her Hermit Crab. So folks, it is a packed battle, an absolute packed battle, and I'm going to let things play out right away and let you all enjoy it. But I had to pause it because I didn't want you to miss any of the sweet action that you're going to get in this one, but I mean, it is just going to be a hail of artillery, archer fire, everything swinging back and forth. So you can see right away the Caskets, the Bone Giants, the Shade Wraiths, the Sisters, everybody opening fire on each other. Now the Sisters are in a bit of a blocky formation here. They are going to be really vulnerable to that Casket of Souls and the Chosen of the Gods, and they can quickly pay themselves off that way. But you can see also the Sisters are already murdering lots of Vampirate units. Just a question as to whether or not those units are worth it. I almost would want to see the infantry push up and get the Sisters in range of the Casket and the Ushabti with Great Bow, because they can do a lot of damage. See the Luminarch is winding up a shot here. Let's see what it is targeted at. Looks like it was maybe trying to get the Summoners of Rage, but they were just below the horizon. Teclis opens up with a Fiery Convocation right across the Shade Wraiths, and it does a little damage to them. And then we've already got a Pit of Shades up as well, which is going to be doing some pretty solid damage to the evil team there, so nice placement. But yeah, you can see it's just a brutal fire here, and Teclis gets very gutsy, acting like he's on his bird, but he is just on his Elven Steed. This is Teclis how we remember him, not Teclis as we now fear him when he's on his Arcane Phoenix. And Sigvald's like, okay bro, I'll take you. So Teclis is basically Leroy Jenkins YOLO right now, but he decides to get some support from his sisters to really start ripping into these expensive Chaos units. Would definitely be a good place for him to target. And then the Lamprey's Revenge and the Pirates start shooting Teclis, so he has taken some massive hits here. The Shade Wraiths aren't going to leave him alone. Everybody is just after Teclis, so it's going to be a pretty crazy battle. The Empire is going to move its Outriders into position eventually to harass the Tomb Kings. Not sure why they're not up there already. Check this out. A Van Geist Revenge looking to try and hit the Empire lines, but they moved, albeit just barely in time there. You can see the Luminarch coming up, but that was a very tricky shot there by the Vampire Fleet Captain, Lore of Deep, that almost paid off big, but not quite. And again, you can see that the exchange of artillery fire continues, and is brutal. The Van Geist Revenge may not have landed, but a Pendulum did, and the Empire Infantry pays pretty dearly. You can see the caskets are just wreaking havoc on the archers of Lothern, and Teclis is paying a severe price for having a standoff battle with the Casket of Souls and a Shabti Chosen of the Gods back there. That Chosen of the Gods has already racked up 114 kills, probably mostly on Sisters of Avalorn, and that is a quick way to pay yourself off. So you can see Aranessa just gets absolutely destroyed by artillery and archer fire, so she gets knocked out of the fight quite early. The Hell Cannon back here is really getting some solid hits as well. It's got 90 kills. It's triple chevron, but they may have put some extra chevrons on it to begin the battle. I didn't actually catch that one. See, the Dwarf Flame Cannon is back here. It is shooting through the trees, which is not ideal, but it's already got 153 kills as well. It's doing some damage to the Black Spot Gunners back here, and also the Chaos Marauders. So doing a lot of damage. And then over here, with all of their attention elsewhere, the Tomb Kings are going to be wide open to these grenade launchers, and the grenade launchers are just going to start destroying skeleton infantry with little opposition. If you look at the power bar, though, it's slightly in favor of the forces of evil, and I don't necessarily disagree with that at the moment. With Teclis losing so many archers early on, that's probably about right. Not to mention Teclis himself taking massive damage. You can see here there's a bit of an infantry engagement finally. After all this trading fire and magic, we finally get an infantry engagement. This match definitely highlighted some intense ranged and magic action from range as well. See some Dwarf Iron Drakes accidentally get too far forward. Look at that Casket of Souls just raining it down. 161 kills, double chevron. It is real. Check it out here. We got, oh, what a shot. It almost caught that Vampire Fleet Captain. And the Luminarch. The Luminarch has picked up a chevron as well, so it must have gotten a couple of good hits. Fiery Convocation right through the halberds, and then a net from Teclis to hold the Chaos Sorcerer. I think there are some archers trying to target him, but he is pretty far back. We'll see. He's going to take a little damage, but nothing too crazy. Thorgrim gets up here trying to engage Sigvald and the Summoners. Thorgrim is also feeling some Leroy Jenkins, but I guess he got the support of the Luminarch, which killed one of the Summoners of Rage, and then there's also artillery fire coming in there, and it is just brutal. The Summoners of Rage get absolutely shellacked. Now you can see the Flame Cannon getting shots on the Chaos Infantry, so absolutely brutal fight. If we look at these grenade launchers over here, they've already racked up 70 kills. Though, to be fair, there's very little to really keep these forces from doing the damage they're going to do. They're marching towards the middle and just ignoring the Empire Cavalry for now, which is probably fine. The Outriders are going to hurt. But if the Outriders aren't focused on the Scorpions and the Lamprey's Revenge, and they are focused on Skeletons, that's actually still kind of a win for the Tomb Kings, really. See the Iron Drakes getting a little bit of work here. There's going to be another Pendulum coming in. Or no, this is a Van Geist Revenge. Here it comes. Very nicely placed, actually. Rips through a whole bunch of Dwarves, Elves, and Empire. So a very nicely placed Van Geist Revenge by the Vampire Fleet Captain, Lore of Deep. You can see Volkmar and Thorgrim over here trying to take on Sigvald and his exalted hero. Volkmar is pulling out for some reason, even though support's on the way. Probably wouldn't have been a horrible fight for him. Not a great one, but I think with that support, they may have been able to do well. I don't know. Especially if they were able to bring that Handmaiden over to assist a little bit against the exalted hero. might have been able to do it. But there's a big problem. The forces of evil are going to be able to rip through here. There are some Longbeards that are going to hold them back for a while, but it's really only a matter of time before the Tomb Scorpion, Lamprey's Revenge, and the Chaos Warriors break through. You can see over here that the Outriders can only do so much against all these Tomb King units, which are now on the move. You see Bone Daddy back here is still alive and has quite a bit of ammo. All the Slayers are alive. The Flame Cannon's almost out of ammo, but it's picked up almost 200 kills. Tomb King's going to get sneaky here and drop their Summon Ushabti right on top of the 4 Dwarf Cannons, so this is a bad position for the Dwarves to be in. Their Slayers were way out of position to defend this, but Volkmar is on the way, and we'll see whether, yep, the Dwarves are pulling back their units to go defend it. The Flame Cannons picked up another 35 kills with a shot into these skeleton spears. Surprised they weren't targeted maybe towards the Chaos Warriors, or something slightly more expensive, but see Thorgrim has actually held up pretty well back here, all things considered. He's pretty outmatched right now. There are still some Ushabti with Great Bow back in the very back of the battle map, and the Hell Cannon has used all of its ammunition, picked up 123 kills, and yet another Chevron along the way. So the Hell Cannon doing some pretty spectacular work. You can see the Handmaiden here got out of position. She's now being chased, and she's going to be in pretty bad shape. Going to get knocked out. So check out Bone Daddy. See what he's firing at. Right now it looks like he's taking a bit of a breather. There was another Pendulum back there, and it looks like the Summoned Ushabti is going to be beaten off of the Dwarf Cannons. And those Dwarf Cannons are really the only hope for the forces of good here. That Grey Wizard actually may have been the origin of that particular Pendulum. Right now, the Scorpion, Cetra, and the Vampire Fleet Captain are going to be the biggest threats to the forces of good, so that probably ought to be the target for the cannons, and then the Slayers need to stay back as a last resort to help protect the cannons so they can do this damage if they want to have a chance to win. But this is not looking good. Thorgrim is getting pursued and beaten up pretty badly by an Exalted Hero, and it looks like the cannons are targeting Sigvald, which is a very poor choice of target. Because he's not very easy to hit. There went a glancing shot at Cetra. Cetra would be a very appropriate target for the cannons, especially if they can get him to stand still. When he's on the move, I'm not sure how well we'll hit him. There's a bunch of Syrenes that were held in reserve. Now, Volkmar does have a lot of magic that could help deal with Syrenes, especially if he was able to use like his Bound Banishment, or able to use like Soulfire or something like that. It could do a lot of work on the Syrenes to help even it out, but at this point, it's really looking pretty good for the forces of evil. Another Ushabti back here, this time the Chosen of the Gods that was out of ammo. Trying to get to the cannons, though, it's really not going to be successful. You can see the Vampire Fleet Captain now pushing up, Volkmar and his forces falling back, as well as Thorgrim. They're going to make a last stand at the Cannon Alamo here. Let's see what the cannons are firing at. They are firing at Big Bone Daddy. Not a bad target. And he is getting pretty low on hit points. You can see over here it's going to be a complete break of the forces of good. Evil punching through and headed towards the last stronghold here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that Bone Giant's taking some shots. He's not the most immediate threat, but he certainly is a threat. Oh, he's in range. Never mind. He's a pretty big threat because he's going for Thorgrim. Never mind. An appropriate target. Yep, Bone Daddy's down. Let's see what they target next. This Vampire Fleet Captain would be very vulnerable to those cannons. It's relatively close range, and he's not a real quick mover. I love that Volkmar's pushing back the Syrenes. Nice retreat here, though, by the Syrenes. Summoners of Rage gonna unleash their Lightning Storm. Oh, yeah, nasty shots here. But not all the cannons are targeted at the Fleet Captain. Some are targeted towards the Summoners of Rage. Let's just kind of see what happens. The Vampire Fleet Captain's very low, but still alive. And there's a Tomb Scorpion. This would be a great target for the cannons as well. Or no, even better, Cetra. Cetra needs to be targeted with the cannons immediately. He is a huge threat to all things forces of good right now. But the cannons are targeted at, oh no, Sigvald. Yeah, don't waste your cannons on Sigvald. Volkmar fighting Syrenes, nothing wrong with that. He's going to be doing quite well at fighting Syrenes. This is probably where he should be. Oh boy, look at this. Nice summon. That Vampire Fleet Captain wasn't finished, and he summoned a Rotting Promethean here. That's it. The forces of good are done. They're back completely broken here by the Vampire Fleet Captain. Folks, what an epic battle. This one was so much fun. Such a huge mess of units on the battlefield. So much magic and artillery trading fire. These are the types of battles that make me want to play Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer. 1v1 is fun. I enjoy it. There's a different side to it, but these big team battles like this, where just all the funnest things about the game are on display, are one of the things that get me excited. And if you wanted to play battles like this, number one, subscribe. You'll get to see more on the channel if you want to see more. And then number two, go join the Discord. I got a link in the description. You can come play battles with the members of my Discord. We have voice chat set up. It's easy to find a game. It's fun to play with people. As you can see here, we'll set up fun scenarios and stuff like this, good versus evil. You should definitely be a part of it, okay? You should definitely be a part of it. We would love to have you there. We promise you it will be a good time. Lots of awesome people there. Just a few Slayers holding on over here, and we'll kind of zoom in, let y'all see this as it finishes up, and then we'll go take a look at the unit stats. Yeah, I love these battles. They are awesome. And I appreciate the members of the Discord who are submitting these replays so that you all can get to enjoy it. I am actually on vacation this week, and I've had very little time to play battles. I normally try and jump in and do a few a week, but I just have not had the opportunity this week because I've been very busy with my day job, and then also trying to get some extra content made for while I'm on vacation so you all don't go without the whole time. I know that leaving you for 5 or 6 days without videos would not go appreciated by you, at least, though I am looking forward to some time off. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I am Eat Babies as Chaos. Very nice job with the Hell Cannons. Summoners of Rage got owned at first, but came back and did some good work. Nice pick of infantry. Good support with the Chaos Sorcerer, Lure of Shadows, and the Exalted Hero. If we go to Seas here, very nicely done with the Vampire Coast. There's a couple of key plays here. That Vampire Fleet Captain got some serious work done. I love the fact that the Sirens were saved till late. And then all the chaff here is what ate up all the fire early, and it was really good by the Vampire Coast. Just getting all of these people killed with all the expensive ammunition and archers, that was actually a really big win. Even though RNS Assault Spike got salt destroyed in this battle, she still did a good job in the end. Stormblessed with the Cetra win there, coming through at the last segment with that Chariot and just ruining everything for the good team. Really nice job with the Casket and the Chosen of the Gods. Really good plays there. Again, if the Skeletons got mashed by the Outriders, it really doesn't matter because they were kind of chaffed to begin with. The Empire player here, I love the grenade launchers, though. It's a fun pick. They did get a bunch of kills. They may not have been the most worthwhile kills, but it's always fun to watch. And then there is a Chevron on the Luminarch of Hysh, so it did get some work done against the enemy team. It had several shots that were fairly effective. And then as for Teclis, man, talk about some gutsy plays by Teclis. Leroy Jenkins Teclis the Prince. I mean, he is not going to let anybody else have all the fun. All the Sisters of Avalorn, really fun army here by Methugala. So enjoyed watching that one. And then for the Thorgrim here, I mean, no one brings Thorgrim because he's kind of a meme, but he was awesome here. And Rezioroy, thank you so much for the entertaining dwarf build. And how about them flame cannons, folks? You got to love it when the flame cannons get a whole bunch of kills. And these cannons were doing some pretty serious work as well. So thank you to all the players for another awesome replay. Hope you all enjoyed it. Again, I am on vacation. If content is short, that is why. I don't know how much I'm going to get done before I leave. I am getting as much done as I can. So I know there will be more than 0 videos, but I don't know if there will be a video every day. Probably certainly not more than 1 video in a day, but I'm trying to get at least close to a video every day, so you'll have a lot to watch while I'm gone. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you all soon.